backhand's probably more consistent throughout the course of a match.
It's actually two terrific stab returns from Francis.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, that's something that I've been talking to him about, but Wayne Ferreira, Jordan.
He's done a lot of damage early in the year in his career, in Australia especially. That's where he's had his breakthrough success as Giron holds to open the match.
For Giron, that's why he's giving himself a lot of space behind the baseline.
Oh, wow, what a return.
What a strike there from Marcos. Well, it's interesting. I think with Marcos, he's going to give himself a lot of space, so that speed of the court, he can kind of get the ball back. I feel like with Francis, his backhand is very compact, so the speed of the court doesn't affect him. But on the forehand, because he's got such a big swing, yeah, great look there from Marcos Giron to come in. He realized he had Francis Tiafoe on his back foot. Yeah, you talk about how well Marcos Giron has been playing the last couple of years. I mean, advanced to... Yeah, Marcos Giron makes it look so effortless sometimes. Again, we talk about his great defensive skills. That's a big cannon there, 118 down the tee.
It's the top-ranked American and the number 10 seed here. Lost in 4 sets to fellow American and childhood friend Brandon Holt.
Yeah, you hate to see that. And
that's beautiful stuff from Marcos Giron. On serve through 3 games. The unseeded American leads 2. She was still in the singles at 16, and she won that year.
oh, wow.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Using that backhand down the line, because when he uses that, then most players will go back cross court to his forehand. And so he just catches players off balance with that shot.
First ace of the match for Francis Tiafoe.
I was able to speak with Jordi Arcanata earlier today as well and kind of asked him what they did after Cincinnati. So Francis,
it may be the best value in sports. Free admission. Not only do you get to see guys playing with their livelihoods on the line, the work gets done. And that was fascinating if you're a fan of tennis, for sure. And it was for me.
Yeah, and players having to go through 3 rounds of qualifying, literally fighting for their lives to get in. Yeah, when I talk about going to the forehand of Francis Tiafoe, that's exactly what he can do as well. You know that that's probably the weaker wing.
With an unforced error. And there's one from Francis.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see.
This court is not covered. It's a clutch ace for Marcos Giron, his 4th of the match.
Yeah, and on that second serve, that's where I'd like to see Marcos Giron maybe take a couple chances on the returns. That serve did not come in with a lot of heat, just pop it in the middle of the box.
Then start filling up as the night session people start coming in. That's just deep, and Francis is retrieving, forcing Giron. Yeah, Maxime Cressy has been one of the biggest risers this year.
Great point by both, but Marcos Giron showing the ability to change the height.
And Francis holds that forward for a little split second, allows Giron to commit.
The serve that he likes to go to on big points, that slider down the tee.
That's a beautiful serve from Tiafoe's 3rd ace. And after saving 3 break points, Tiafoe now has a point for 4 all. And the tension rises on court 17.
Tiafoe's really been working on being able to take that second serve and come in. He does it naturally because of the short backswing that he has on the backhand.
That is a superb response.
And that's the first time that we've seen, one of the first times that we've seen Marcos Giron taking time away from Francis.
Fifth ace of this first set for Marcos Giron, and a point for 5-4 now.
It's the 4th ace of the match there for Francis Tiafoe. Ace number 5, painting the lines right now. And ace number 6, make that a hat trick. think between the two players, that'll be Frances Tiafoe. Marcos Giron is very cool, calm, and collected out there.
And credit to Giron, his level's been high throughout. So is Frances's.
You talk about first serve points, one for Marcos Giron. He's 95%.
And there's another big first serve for Marcos Giron. The fair-haired one on the left, you saw Wayne Ferreira, former top 10 player.
And the backwards hat, Brett Waltz from Phoenix, Arizona. That's his physio. And the blue hat there, that's France's fitness trainer.
And the black t-shirt was Jordi Arcanata.
And then there was a double fault.
The double fault with an ace on his end. Just bombing serves. Frances Tiafoe has raised his level.
You talk about bringing the heat.
It's a 5-love lead for Frances Tiafoe. Yep, the domination continues. From Frances Tiafoe. He takes it 7-love. And the first set goes to the number 22 seed on court 17. Start of set number 2. Frances Tiafoe took the first and begins set 2 with an ace down the tee, his 9th of the match. Marcos Giron. Frances is wearing the Nike GP Turbo shoes, which they don't sell anymore. They're not on the big websites. You can't. So how does he get the? Has he hoarded a bunch?
You know, he was. Yeah, he's got a high arch, this Frances, with his foot. So that's the type of shoe that he. He switched to the new one and then started getting a lot of elbow issues. So now he's gone back to his previous Yonex racket. They've just painted it the new version.
And that is ace number 10 for Frances Tiafoe. Same colorway that he's going with the orange and blue. Which orange is one of the big colors for Nike at this event. You see Frances wearing the orange and the light blue. And there is the break of serve. First of the match goes to Frances Tiafoe.
But you'd like to see him be more aggressive. And for all you Rafa fans out there, he's just now taking the court. Big moment for him. He got the Australian wild card to get into this U.S. Open.
Meanwhile, Frances Tiafoe is wasting little time to consolidate this break in the second. And by the way, it looks like Rafa's nighttime colors are going to be like burgundy and pink. their own gear as well, like Serena, one of a kind. If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous touch. But Francis will come in and force you to play, which also forces him to play. And if he's winning 8 of 10 at the net, that means he's controlling the forecourt.
Yeah, but with the running forehand was on point. Not a bad approach shot by Marcos Giron. Just got to get ready to cover that cross-court pass. He was so close to the sideline, was Marcos. And a quick correction on Marcos Giron's close. It's not the Laureate company.
All right, so Giron's on the board here in set number 2 with a break in hand here, serving at 3-1. Where we got to see Iga Swiatek play with her idol, Rafa Nadal. Well, Marcos Giron guessed right there against Coco Gauff and John McEnroe.
There's one point where they had the between the legs, and
it's almost like she has no idea that she's as good as she is. Well, this is the start that Giron needed and hasn't had yet.
again, it's not easy to pass on these quick courts.
Giron did have 3 break chances in one of Tiafoe's service games in the first set, was unable to convert. He's got love 30 on the Francis serve now. All right, he's got 15-30. Marcos' coach, Maxime. That's one way out of one break.
It's tough to look for. That is his favorite serve on that deuce side, but when he just beat you down the tee the point before, you're not really sure where he's going to go. So now he's mixed up the box, as Francis.
Yes. Well, that didn't miss by much. That's just strong all around from Francis Tiafoe. You can even rent out ash for bar mitzvahs and weddings and whatnot.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Other corporate events. They had some pro wrestling here last year after AEW was here for AEW Grand Slam.
Yeah,
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an awesome event. If you're into that sort of thing. Which I guess I'm kind of giving away that I am.
That's a smart play by Marcos Giron there on the pass, making Francis have to come up with the volley. Spicky right now to...
30 love. 40 love. 50 love. 30 love.
'That's a much better aggressive hit there by Marcos Giron. Make Francis have to think about that. And I like how it went off the side of the court, not through the baseline. A bit more pace off the Marcos Giron forehand as well.
And even when he hasn't hit an ace, he has been nearly impenetrable. A break chance again for Marcos Giron. 0 for 5 on break points. From Giron, and the break back for the 29-year-old American. Nicholas Monroe on the call for you here on court 17. Before that.
Yeah, exactly. You always have to stay ready when you're playing Francis Tiafoe. He's going to get so many balls back in play, but that was smart and calm and relaxed from Marcos Giron. Didn't panic on these volleys. Just kept his opponent on the move. And as I said, that percentage at the net is very
of the match.
He'd love a big first serve here.
Come on.
Tiafoe, and Big Foe has a big lead now. sets to love on court 17.
Tiafoe leads by 2 sets to love.
A 2 sets to love lead over Marcos Giron. And what's been a really impressive performance by the 24-year-old American, the number 22 seed.
Yeah, you always wonder how that seated position is going to affect a player, right? You know, last year when Francis Tiafoe was here, and you also never know how defending points is for players. Stress involved, trying to defend points, keep their ranking where it is. And it's just kind of a way to look at it. He's 26 in the world right now, but on the live ranking, he's actually dropped to 35. So if he were to lose this first round, he drops.
And that's it.
That's a more aggressive forehand there from Giron. Gave himself a lot of space around that forehand. You have more options if you get around the ball with your legs like that.
Full T15.
Better second serve return positioning there from Giron inside the baseline. First time Marcos Giron played here, made his main draw debut as a wild card singles title for UCLA. So he's played this quite a few times. He was ranked 419 in the world. It popped up on him, but he was able to read the pass.
Another example of when things get a little bit tight, when the pressure rises, Francis forces the issue.
Oh, that's a big hit there by Marcos.
Advantage, Tiafoe.
Oh, look at that redirection from Giron.
That is awesome from Francis Tiafoe. Deep position back down the line, right behind Marcos Giron.
Yeah, that's a shot that he's worked on.
Marcos Giron facing the pressure of playing from behind, down 2 sets to love.
15.
Opens the 4th game of this 3rd set.
Slicing away.
14.
What just happened at that point?
Nicholas, I know you're playing your last U.S. Open in the doubles. Unless you win
hopefully,
it, you told
hopefully
me.
we'll make a good run. Then you never know.
right. Plans subject to change.
Amazing career.
It
was like 9,000 degrees outside. Now the sun's down. Oh, Giron stepped in there.
That's a big hit.
Little serve and volley.
And a second serve point by moving in the court, hitting through. And then on the next one, you're 10 feet behind the baseline and just getting the point started.
That's good lead from Francis.
Just barely crept wide.
That's been one of the storylines of this match. He's 1 for 7 on break point chances.
50 long.
Yeah, it's a big return there from Francis Tiafoe. He's only winning 47% of his second serve points as Marcos, where it's a much higher percentage on the first serve, 82% throughout the rest of this match.
30-50.
Over the course of 5 sets, you would think.
40-50.
You got to take advantage of the chance that he gives you. You know, you saw the pickup volley. That was a really high drop shot that Marcos could have done more with on the pass. You really have to take advantages of the limited opportunity you get from top players, you know. Got to do something with it.
And
that's the money ball for Tiafoe.
Russ Thaler, Nicholas Monroe on the call. Marcos Giron pushed on his back foot by Francis Tiafoe early in that rally, and Tiafoe never relinquished. It is.
Yeah, and I'm 9 for 9 on net points. I mean, he's pushing Marcos further and further back.
Loud from that end. And just missed Tiafoe. He thought he might have gotten a piece.
15-30.
That would have.
And still going to the well there to the forehand. Smart.
To give himself a chance to serve for this match. That's some big serving and a huge.
Now he gets a chance to serve for the set.
50 long. Three sets to love, 7-6, 6-4, 6-3.
It was a battle, but Francis Tiafoe had the answers each time he needed them. And a straight set win over a tough customer in Marcos Giron.